In today's video, we are going to put together my craft room. If you saw part 1 to this video, then you saw that we surprised my daughter with her very own bedroom where my craft room used to be. We rushed the clock and tried to take everything out of that room, bring it all up here into the loft and set up a brand new room for her. She's been begging us for a brand new room. So that is why we decided to move the craft room stuff. For today's video, I'm going to be organizing everything, get everything put away. As you can see, it is quite the disaster. We've got a lot. We've got hallways filled and just everything is pretty much everywhere. So we are going to get to it, put everything together so that I can start DIYing again and get more craft inspiration out for you guys and get going to what I love. So if you want to see my daughter's surprise room makeover, then I will leave that linked down below for you to check it out. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get my craft room back up and running. So thankfully, this wasn't too hard to put all back together because I do have the DREAMBOX and all my bins still had all their stuff in them. So the majority of it, I just had to put the bins back in their slots. If you want a more in-depth DREAMBOX organization kind of video, I'll have that linked down below where we set it all up and I went through the whole organization for all of it. I pretty much kept everything the same. I didn't change too many things about it. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave that linked down below. But I get lots of questions on if I enjoy the DREAMBOX. I personally do. I am the kind of person where if I can't see it, it's out of my mind. So I personally like being able to have the clear drawers or the clear containers so I can see all the things that I have. Like I said, out of sight, out of mind. If I don't see it, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to forget about it. So I like being able to see everything and know the things that I have are just right there. And they're easy to reach for, easy to grab. I know where everything is at. So that's just for me personally. You can, do baskets or whatever sort of thing that you want to do. This is just some inspiration for how to set up a craft room. So if you've been looking for ways to organize or how to set up your craft room, or if you've been looking at the DREAMBOX, hopefully this gives you some inspiration for how you can set everything up. I have several different craft room videos. So if the DREAMBOX isn't in your price range and you don't want to get it, I have several other craft room kind of makeovers, how to set up a craft room, different kinds of ways that I've set up my craft room in the past, because within the last couple of years, I've changed craft rooms probably 4 or 5 times just from moving house to house. And, it's just been a lot. So I will also link those down below if you're looking for more craft room inspiration, how to organize with a bunch of other things. I use a lot of IKEA products. So I have a lot of IKEA shelves, IKEA Alex drawers. I use those a lot as well to store my other craft items. So if you're looking for a different alternative, IKEA is definitely a good option. So I'm just going through putting everything back together. Underneath my DREAMBOX table is where I like storing a bunch of my vinyl supplies, CRICUT supplies. I did go through and declutter a lot of this because I had so much vinyl that I wasn't using. I don't use vinyl a whole lot anymore, so I decluttered a whole bunch of it and it gave some space for some bigger signs that I have. I also have this long storage compartment thing. I don't know exactly what you'd call this. I believe I got it from IKEA. And I put all of my signs in there. I have so many signs from Couture, from Hobby Lobby on clearance. So anything that I'm wanting to make a sign out of and redo signs, I put all in here. That's one of the main things that I like doing in crafting is making signs. So I have a ton of signs for me to repurpose. So those all go in there. I bought some baskets from Costco for some bigger items like my bigger things of yarn, Couture items, and then a basket for just a whole bunch of random items. I also like these clear containers to store vinyl in. You can store stamps in them. I store some ribbon in some. For my filming desk, I like having this little caddy that I bought from Hobby Lobby. It has a bunch of different compartments, and I store all of my paintbrushes in there, tools, supplies, anything that I'm going to need when I'm DIYing right on the spot. So that's where I keep all of those. I also get a lot of questions about my paintbrushes. I buy them off of Amazon. They're nothing fancy, but I do have a link in my Amazon store down below. Now for my CRICUT mats and my Couture transfers, I like using pegboards to store them. You can store them however you want. I just personally find this the easiest way to do it. So my husband came to my rescue and helped me out with this. He is super handy, and he's happy to help me. So I let him tackle hanging the pegboard. We just put a 1x2 on both sides and then hung it that way. And then I stacked a second pegboard on top of the first one for more room, because I do have quite a bit of Couture transfers, and I need a lot of space to hang them up. So once he got that up there for me, I just started hanging up all of my transfers. I got the little hanging tools. I don't know exactly what they're called. Pegboard accessories. I got all of this, I believe, from Home Depot. I found all the accessories to hang up the stuff for the pegboard there as well. So I just started hanging up all my transfers, sorted them out by size, hung up my CRICUT mats. Like I said, I have a ton of transfers. I also went through and decluttered a whole bunch of these. I put a whole bunch of them on my VIP Couture page on Facebook up for sale. So if you're looking for some Couture transfers that may be retired, you can join my VIP page on Facebook and check those out. But here is the craft room all finished. It's not the most, aesthetically pleasing to have a big dream box making a wall in a loft, but it works, and we made it work, and I personally think it's great. It's bigger than the room that I was in. That's now my daughter's room, so it gives me more space to craft, gives me more space to plan out DIYs and set everything up. Again, I like being able to see everything where it's all at. So for the majority of the time, I keep the DREAMBOX completely open. It also deters my kids from coming in with a big wall being there. So my kids aren't getting into all of my stuff. Typically, they're pretty good at not touching mom's crafting supplies though. So I don't have to worry too much about it. They know to not play in that area. So this is how I organized basically everything. I have a bunch of big signs at the bottom that can't go anywhere else because I don't have a closet anymore. I brought up this wooden shelf unit from IKEA to help with storage and also to be my backdrop for filming. When I'm filming my intros and outros, I can decorate it and have it look all nice for my videos. And then for the bottom shelves, I used as more storage. So I keep all my baskets in there, keep containers in there, my printer, things like that that need a place to go can be in those shelves. And like I said before, I do have some Alex drawers. I have two of the wide ones stacked on top of each other, and I use this for a lot of other crafting storage. So Dollar Tree signs, smaller wood pieces I'll put in there, tons of Dollar Tree wooden blanks I'll throw in there. And then I've got some Dixie Belle and Couture items stacked in there. I've also got a ribbon drawer with some tension rods to kind of divide them and keep them organized. And then I've also got a drawer for all of my Dixie Belle paints because I have a lot of them and I really like Dixie Belle paint. So they all go in that drawer. And then for the other unit, all those drawers, I basically have a whole bunch of CRICUT supplies, CRICUT vinyl, that is all stored in that other Alex drawer. And then I've got my flower stand right next to that. If you want to see how we made this, I'll link it down below. It can spin and it's got all these baskets. This is just something we made to put all of my florals in. And then this Alex drawer that's next to my filming desk holds all of my supplies that I need when I'm crafting. So glue, any kind of tools, sandpaper, wood filler, anything that I may need right there while I'm crafting, I have in this drawer. So I don't have to get up and go find stuff. It's all just right there, right for me to grab. And then on my actual filming desk, I've got my caddy with all my paintbrushes and a whole bunch of tools as well. And that's really about it. That is my whole crafting area. I am loving it. I love the more space that I have now. And I love that it's kind of turned into its own room with the DREAMBOX fully open, and it's kind of making that wall in the loft. So I personally like that. If I want the DREAMBOX to be closed, it can open up a bit more room to be able to walk in and out of that room. So yeah, this is it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this and can get some inspiration on how to organize your guys' craft room. I promise it's not going to look like this for very long, because once I start crafting, things become a disaster. So this is it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe before you guys leave. Give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.